Oecolampadius De Gaudio Resurrectionis, Episode 4. Atqui bene fido amicitiae, quae omnia boni consulit, et in optimam spem adducar, probaturdrum te duos hos sermones, quando quidem tam immodice tibi ardrisit, superior ille de laudando in mardria Deo. Here Oecolampadius is beginning to wind down the dedicatory letter, and he says, but atqui, I trust well, or I am confident in your friendship, a friendship which, quae, looks to the good in all things, or consulit omnia, considers all things in the light of what is good. So he starts with atqui, which is a conjunction. It means and yet, and so, or but yet. Fido, here is our verb, first singular, present indicative active, and it takes the dative, so amicitiae. Here this would be spelled in a text whose spelling has been regularized according to classical usage, amicitii, like so, but it's common in the orthography to have a C replace it, amicitiae, and that's feminine, singular, and dative. But yet I have confidence in your friendship. I have bene confidence, that's the adverb. I'm quite confident in your friendship. Then we have the relative clause, which goes from quae through consulit. The subject of the clause is quae, antecedent amicitiae, and the verb is consulit, which is a third singular, and this is a present indicative active. It's from a third conjugation verb, consulo, consulere, like so, which means to take into account, to deliberate, to reflect upon, etc. Its object is omnia in the neuter plural and accusative, which has regard for all things that are good. And I'm taking boni here as a neuter singular, and it is a partitive genitive. So in the same way that we would say much wisdom, multum, in the neuter singular, accusative or nominative, with the partitive genitive sapientiae, so we can say all things good with omnia boni. And he says in optimum spem, into the best hope adducar, I shall be led. I'm taking adducar as a first singular, future, indicative, and passive from the verb adduco, which means to lead into. Now the form is identical to the subjunctive, but I think that the future indicative here makes more sense. And I shall be led to the very best hope in optimum spem that, and now we have oratio obliqua, probaturdrum is going to be the infinitive, probaturum, with esse implicit. This is a future active infinitive from the first conjugation verb probo, probare. The subject is te, and that is masculine singular accusative, because of course we always have an accusative as the subject of an infinitive. I shall be led into the very best hope that you, te, will approve of, probaturdrum, that's what probare means, these two essays, duos hos sermones. So the subject of probaturum, esse is te, and the object is sermones, modified by two adjectives, duos and hos. Now he's going to give the reason, quando quidem, he's going to give the reason why he has this confidence, this optimum spem, inasmuch as, or since, that's how we can take this, it's causal, since superiore ille, that previous book of mine, superiore ille liber is implicit, that previous book of mine, and here was the subject, de laudando Deo in Maria, on praising God in Mary. Laudando Deo here Deo is the object of the preposition de. Of course, it's masculine, singular, and ablative. It's modified by laudando, same gender number case, and laudando is a verbal adjective, that is a gerundive. And there's another prepositional phrase within a prepositional phrase. My previous book, the subject of which was praising God in Mary, that one, ardrisit tibi. That book pleased ardrisit, you, and so here we have from ardrideo, it's a second conjugation, aridere, like so, it's a second conjugation verb, and this is the perfect form. third singular perfect indicative active, with the dative indirect object, tibi, referring to the recipient, the addressee, the doctor, masculine singular and dative. It pleased you, tibi, tam immodice, so excessively. In other words, Oecolampadius is saying, you liked my former book on this subject so much, I'm confident that you will like these two essays that I am presenting to you.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that free lesson. Please like and subscribe, hit the bell. You can also become a patron at patreon.com/LatinPerDiem. And if you really loved it, you can leave a tip right here as a super fan. Thank you so much.